Alright, and welcome back to the channel, buddy, and I hope you're doing fine, because I'm not doing fine right now, so yeah. I think today we need to talk a little bit about the user interface that got introduced with Showdown 1896. And let's just say that it was not too successful, to put it politically correct, and I'm gonna talk today about some improvements that can be done for the game where I struggled with the user interface, and it is basically a feedback video for Crytek. Before we start that though, let me say a few things, because I checked the official Reddit, the Discord, social media and everything, and boy oh boy, the torches are bright and the pitchforks are super pointy. So I think it's a little bit much, to be honest. Do I like the user interface? I'm gonna be honest, no. I would have preferred the old one with some improvements, and that would be great. But that's not what we have right now, so let's do the best with the stuff that we had. Also, going after the Crytek staff and attacking them is honestly kinda lame. You can be angry, you can voice your opinion, but going after people, harassing the people who are doing the user interface, and you don't even know if it's their fault or not, because sometimes you just don't have enough time and your boss still says, no, we have to ship this right now. Yeah, so I wouldn't call this user interface bad or horrible. I would call it not finished yet. And there were quite a few comments. Let's just go back to the old user interface. This is clearly made for console. I don't want this. Fuck the console community, which is already kind of a dick move, but okay. And the console community doesn't exist anyway. Why do we? And blah, 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 blah. Okay, lots of ranting there. So first of all, the Steam numbers for the game have a new all-time peak of, I think, around 60k people. We never had that many people, so a lot of people returned for the update. Sure, I get it. This is now, of course, everything is fresh, everything is new, people checking out the game, there's some advertising. It will drop again, okay? Totally normal. But still, we have a new player peak. 60k. This number is important. Now, Crytek posted this right here. 100k player peak across all platforms. So, quick math, 100k minus 60k equals 40k. I wouldn't call that nothing, right? So the console community seems to be, if we can trust the official Crytek numbers that they shared with us, not that small. And honestly, we will only get one user interface and it has to work for all of us, which I'm not a huge fan of, gonna be honest. I would like to see a separate Showdown, one for PC and one for console. It's the same with the patching and the balancing. It's just not great. If you look at explosive ammo, at the beginning it got nerfed hard because of the console community, then was unplayable on PC and so on. But this is just what Crytek does. I don't know if it has something to do with verification or validation with Microsoft, with the console variants, or I don't know. So that's what we have. So let's make the best out of it, and let's see if we can improve this. Alright, let's get going. Let's start with the favorites. So first of all, most of the time they don't work. I have a few hunters that are favored, and then I go to the filter, show me only the favorite, and then they don't show up. On top of that, the moment you prestige, all your filters get deleted. All your favorites are gone. So that is already kind of weird. I know I'm a guy who never prestiged for years, but now I'm doing it again, and I'm like, wait, where are all my favorites? And they're all gone. Across the board, by the way. It's the same with the traits. You have to do everything again. On top of that, it's also not saving the filters that you apply. I like my traits sorted by price. So I have the cheap ones at the top and the expensive one at the bottom. It helps me to navigate through the system. Every time you go back to this, well, perk screen after you had a match or whenever, you have to filter again. So it's not saving that. Then it's again saved by name or by rank or whatnot, and not saved by price. On top of that, I would like to see a different color for the traits that you have already. Sure, you have this like golden triangle or white golden triangle at the top. For me, this is sometimes hard to see, and I would like to have something else there to show me which trait I already own. Another thing that I saw a lot during my streams is people complaining it takes no longer to equip a hunter. And I think this is incorrect. It's a little bit weirder to equip them, and you have to learn the hotkeys for it. The moment you learn the hotkeys though, I would say that you are actually faster than before. It doesn't feel very natural hitting all these hotkeys, but we're gonna talk about that in a bit. So honestly, I think it's great that you can favor now hunters, you can favor now perks. That's awesome. I love this. This was so annoying. You can see now all the screens when you work with the filters at once, and you don't have like 6 or maybe 9 perks on your screen because the boxes are so goddamn big. That is definitely improvement. What I don't understand is, why is there no health bar preset? They said in one of their dev videos that they will maybe add this in the future. Why is it not in the game right now? Like, is it that complicated to make a filter for the health bars? I'm not passive-aggressively asking right now. I'm seriously curious because I want to understand why a feature like having your health bar saved is not in the game right now, and maybe will come in the future, because it's one of the hiccups that I always have. As a solo, you always play 3 big bars with the necro changes, always. There's almost never a reason not to do it. So I hope that we will get it in the near future with the optimization of the user interface. And since we're already talking about filters, here's another one. So when you have your weapons, tools or whatever, a few buttons would be kind of nice. I know we have already a lot, but there is no button for owned weapons. There is no filter for contraband weapons. The funny thing is, the game can still do this, because when you type in owned or contraband, stuff shows up if you are not a fresh prestige, obviously. You can of course scroll there at the top, and there's just no melee selection. It's the same for tools actually, that is just missing. And you can't even click this. You have to use the keyboard to go there. And then you can't even hold down the hotkey and it goes over there fast. No, you have to hit it every time to go on. It's a little bit, again, dude, this is borderline nitpicking right now, okay? But this is just another little piece of the big picture of the user interface where I'm like, this could have been done a tiny bit better. Then the next thing that I'm not a huge fan of are the hotkeys that they're actually using. For some selections that you have to confirm, for example your health bars or respeccing some traits, you need to hit enter. Sometimes even backspace for other stuff. That means that I have to lift my left hand from the keyboard, go over there and hit enter, or take my right hand off the mouse to do that. And I don't like taking off my hands off my usual places. Right? The whole flow of equipping and getting ready gets interrupted by that. Why is it enter? Why is it not, I don't know, F for interact or whatever your interact hotkey is? There is no mapping done, and it seems to be very basic. So maybe we can map this ourselves. That would be a solution. Or they change it. But please don't have enter and backspace in your equipment flow, because it interrupts it. The next thing that I want to talk about are favorite traits that you want to respec. When you have a trait and you want to respec that, but the trait doesn't show up at the bottom of your screen where all the other traits are, you can't respec it. It needs to be visible. So if I want to respec a trait that I normally don't use, then I need to get rid of my favorite filter from the traits. Then I can respec, and then to clean up again the screen, I have to hit my favorite filter button again. And then, yeah, that is kind of unnecessary. Especially since you will buy something, because you will not realize that the respec doesn't work. The user interface has a lot of cool stuff. Honestly, it does. That you can respec your health bars with auto confirmation pop-up and stuff like that. That you can favor a few things like the hunters and the perks. The idea behind all of this is actually great. But the execution of it is not. So there definitely needs to be some polishment. The next thing I want to talk about, and this is something that I don't understand, are weapon charms. Because they actively changed this to make it worse. So in case you're not aware of this, you can have on your guns a weapon charm. However, if you want the same weapon charm on a different gun, you have to unequip it from the gun before. So yeah, there's a pop-up telling you that, so it's not like you have to go back to the old gun, remove it, go to the next gun, and then put it on there. Alright, so the game takes the charm from the gun and puts it on the other one. However, if you like to play a lot of guns and you only like 2 or 3 weapon charms, why? I don't understand. This is bad, okay? This is a step backwards, actually. I know that other games do that too, but I liked it that in Hunt you have a weapon charm and you can put it on the guns. Which is crazy because weapon charms are something that are not really loved by a lot in the community anyways, so making that worse is not good. Now they are working on the user interface. They made already an update video and other stuff and communicated already with us, so I get it. They're working on it. For example, before, when the event released or the patch released, you could not have 2 types of the same consumable in your loadout presets because it would simply not work. But now it does, so I hope that the rest will get fixed soon. So what else is there on my list? So next thing, contrabands, which is really effing weird. See, this is what I mean. I have already a contraband in here, right? It shows 2. So when I want to buy now something like the explosive, it's telling me, you want to get rid of this, discard it when equipped, and then you say yes. It's not discarding it and it's replacing your big witch shot. It's always doing that with the first slot. Yeah, I know this is a bug, but this is just stuff where you have to go painstakingly into the inventory and move stuff around. And that is what costs you a lot of time and that frustrates me. The next thing is also the ending screen. My god, these Acolyte cards that we had pre-patch that popped up, the golden ones and stuff like that, they were so cool. The one we have right now is so boring. On top of that, it's only showing your stats and not the one from your team. So if your team killed 12 people but you killed only 2, it's gonna show in the score screen 2 kills. Yeah, I don't know, it's way more epic when it shows 10, 12, 14 or something. You feel better as a player, right? We will talk about that in a bit, because we will also go through the video that Crytek posted about the upcoming updates for the user interface. The next thing is also, not a huge fan of that I don't see the loadout from my teammates quickly. So I have to go in a different menu, go over there, and then I click it, and then I see their guns. The next thing is, in-game, it's a similar issue, because you have to hit escape, you're in a different menu, then you have to go my team, and then you see the loadouts. The problem is, you could do this before, while still moving in the game. Right now, mid-match, if I want to see the loadouts from my teammates, you basically have to find a bush or a dark corner or something to do this in peace. On top of that, that loadout screen is not updating currently during your match. So if people switch guns or pick up different consumables, you will not see that. Yeah. So, but all of this are mostly bugs. And there's one thing though that, yeah, that's kind of wild, honestly. And it's skins. And this is probably one that I have the biggest problem with, because it just doesn't look good from a monetization point of view, honestly. When you go to skins, where you can select all the skins for your gun, all skins are there. All of them. The ones that you own, but also the ones that you don't own. Then, they are even mixed together. So it's not like, okay, the first skins, those are the ones that I have, and then at the end, the skins that I can buy. So what happened to me, I bought a dynamite stick. By accident. Okay? Now you can of course say, Mike, you fucking dingus, just pay attention and this wouldn't happen to you. Honestly, there are so many pop-ups right now in the user interface that I just thought, hey man, I am confirming my selection. Boom, I got a new dynamite skin. This didn't feel good, because that feels I mean, sure, it's a mistake, but I saw the comments from you guys on YouTube and on Twitch and everywhere else, and people are not happy about this because I'm not the only one it happened to, and it feels like almost on purpose, which it's not. But yeah, so what can you do here? First of all, get rid of the BB skins, put them into the store. The stuff that you don't own belongs in the store because you have to buy it, and buying should only happen in the store, not in your inventory. Okay? Now, I also understand Crytek, they're like, hey, we put out these new skins, you guys rarely check the store and we have to make money. And I get this. It's a company. Companies, they want to make great games, but they also need money to do so. So, no problem here. So what you could do is, if you really want to keep this here, make a line and then write, hey, new stuff in the store, and the moment I click on that, it opens the store. So I can see that I'm moving into a different selection in the user interface, and I see that I'm in the store right now and I'm about to buy something. So if you really want to have this here, separate it from the skins that you have and make it clearly visible the moment you're buying something. Hey, you're now in the store and you're not in your inventory manager anymore. Okay, now I'm gonna share something with you because they reacted already to this. This was not on purpose. You can write a ticket, everybody out there right now who bought a skin by accident, you can write a ticket and you should get your stuff back. I had one guy actually asking in the Twitch chat, but will I be able to keep the skin? I guess not. What kind of question is that even? Now, that is some of the feedback that I have for the user interface. I think they are aware of most of the stuff, but still, I got the question so often what I think about the user interface, and there you go. This is not everything. There is, of course, more, but then I would have like a way too long video, honestly. For example, the icons for the custom ammo, they changed, and now they are harder to see, and yeah, other stuff. But you know what? Let's see what they already addressed and what kind of changes we can expect in the hopefully near future. So that is my feedback for the user interface. We will also go into the video that they posted, I think day 2 or day 3, where they address the user interface. And I would say we're gonna have a look at that right now. UI improvements, yep.
Launching a new user interface for Hunt Showdown 1896 has been a major undertaking. And to be clear, we are continuing to refine and redesign the user interface in several key areas. Pain points around hunter and gear selection, presentation of inventory and loadouts, as well as memorizing filter and sorting options are clearly short of the mark and are prioritized for reworks.
I mean, this is exactly what I was talking about. The flow is not there right now. You have to go through too many inventories and through too many selection screens. And the crazy part is, there is very often still a lot of space on your screen that you could use. So let's see what else there's gonna be.
Our initial focus is on the core meta loop, making it easier to recruit and equip your hunters between matches. First, we are improving the hunter gear screen. The player's current equipped gear configuration will have a new layout.
Oh,
In
nice.
this rework, the gear screen allows players to jump between their
Beautiful.
weapons, tools, consumables, and traits without having to exit to the previous hunter details screen.
Okay, this is a blessing, because right now you have to click the slot, then you have all the stuff, then you have to click again, then it goes back, you click the next slot, it opens up the next menu. So this is, love it, like really great. I'm not gonna ask now why wasn't it like this in the first place, because the answer for that probably was they ran out of time.
Players can toggle their view between equipment details and a paper doll view that allows interacting with the hunter's various inventory slots.
Okay.
A new play button is being added to the top navigation pane. This is your new way to the lobby screen for a smoother experience when booting up the game or jumping between tabs. This allows starting on the play screen and getting into matches faster without having to navigate to the play and mode selection after the news page.
Alright, okay. Works for me.
Speaking of the lobby, another set of quality of life improvements allows you to change the game mode within the lobby screen, preventing players from having to return to the home screen to perform the same action. This unifies the different game mode lobbies for Bounty Hunt, Soul Survivor and the shooting range for consistency and ease of use.
Now I get it, that is nice. That's not the biggest change though. Because it's not like I'm playing one match Bounty Hunt, next time Soul Survivor, next match Bounty Hunt, next time Soul Survivor. You kind of play a game mode for a little bit longer, so switching there, it's nice, don't get me wrong, what Dennis is saying is great, but the impact on my current hunt experience will be rather limited.
Mission summary, team details and last match statistics are being combined into a single screen. The prestige screen is being updated to clearly show what rewards players get at each prestige.
My god, finally, this is so nice. Okay, this is the end, so I'm just gonna cut it here. So this is great, because right now you only see the bloodline progression, but they're not showing it for prestige. And for people like me, for example, I am prestige 60 something right now, right? And I got a crap ton of skins and I have no idea from where they are. So I could look it up in the prestige, have the progression bar, nice. That is good. So, a few final words before we end the video. I think that Hunt 1896, the update, is a goddamn banger. I agree that the user interface is in its current state. It has room for improvement, okay? However, the hate that the team is getting right now, personally I think it's not justified. They have a real hate boner right now for the user interface and kinda blend out everything else. You have the engine, you have the map, you have the new content, you have the new event, and yes, you have the new user interface. Now, I'm not your mom and I can't tell you what to do. In my personal opinion though, I don't think it's justified to give thousands of negative reviews because the only thing that you don't like is the user interface. Now, because I can hear them type, you know. There are a few negative reviews that are justified, for example, because you can't play the game, for the map crashes and stuff like that. Some people suffer from that more than others. Then some AMD cards, although it should be normally just the older ones, yes, I know some of the newer ones have it too, they can't play because the shadows are too dark. This is stuff that I get, okay? But if you give a negative review, the game is bad. And I don't think it's justified right now. Also, people, they go with a lot of hate in their hearts, apparently. And I don't think you could ever motivate somebody to work harder by being mean to them. Okay? Criticism is valid. I did this today in this video. Okay? But I am not attacking people. Right? I'm not saying, boy, Crytek, fuck them, shitty company, they only want our money. Not the case, right? They want a happy community because a happy community plays the game, people playing the game funds the game. So if you deter people from playing the game, you're losing money in the long run. So I hope that Crytek has the right intentions. I think they do have it. The user interface though was a fuck up. I'm sorry, okay? That should have been better communicated. It's okay. They had a deadline. Apparently, they couldn't make it. Okay? You must communicate this in advance. Guys, we finished the engine, we finished the map, the content is there, the event is going strong. The user interface is work in progress and not the finished product. I think that would have prevented a lot of the shitstorm from the last week. So I'm a little bit disappointed. Also, I said on stream that they probably had this user interface video already before they got the backlash. I didn't state any facts, that was just my assumption, and I said that also during my streams, and I was wrong. Okay, so my apologies for that one. So actually they did this video super fast in just a day or two after they saw the backlash from the community about the user interface, and they wanted to communicate it as fast as possible. Which is nice, but maybe next time communicate that in advance. There's just one more thing I would like to say to you guys. If you're one of the people who gave the game a negative review, fair enough. Okay? If you feel that way, if it's making your gaming experience so horrible that you must give it a negative review, and because you think this is the way to pressure Crytek, yeah, okay, at least don't forget, please, to change the review again back to positive, if you feel that way, obviously, once they updated the user interface. Because there's a lot of people who think this is the way to pressure Crytek. They got your message already before when you check their official Discord or Reddit or whatnot. They are aware. What all these negative reviews are doing right now, though, and I had a lot of people come into my Twitch stream in the chat, and they were like, why are so many people playing this right now? I'm new to the game, I was considering buying the game, but then I saw all the negative reviews, and now I will not buy the game. What's going on? So you're kinda hurting your favorite game too. This is difficult because, yeah, I get it, you want to apply pressure and you think this is the way to make a company move, and you're not completely wrong with that. Just saying. But also a lot of people will not try the game because they see all the negative reviews. So, yeah, I know. It's kinda difficult, isn't it? Just consider this, alright? And with that, I'm done with the video. I addressed a few topics I want to talk about. I tried to make a video also about the first impression of the whole update and see how that goes. But with that, for now, we're gonna roll the outro. Yeah, rather controversial topic and not a very easy one to solve. But hey, what you gonna do? I'm already surprised that not more stuff broke with, you know, patch, event, map, user interface. There was so much that they released at once, and for that, actually, I expected more to burn down. But hey, as always, big shout out to my patrons. Thank you for supporting me over on Patreon. You guys are, as always, amazing, and I thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Twitch drops are finally over, and I recovered a little bit, so now we will do a lot of editing and bring you this nice YouTube content. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day, and bye-bye.